Welcome to Intrendias. We are looking at Kraft, Heinz Company today. KHC is the ticker. If this is your first time watching the show, thank you for coming aboard. This is Intrendias, where we look at technical analysis, use Python, use code, use algorithms to help us find good trades. If that interests you, I hope you stick around, and let's learn more about KHC. So, why are we even looking at KHC? First, I would love to show you the Intrendias website. This is currently in development. It's in beta. However, the tools on here are completely free to use. What we have here is an S&P screener, and you could see buy and sell signals for the entire S&P 500. Currently, we're experiencing some sell signals. And if we scroll down to the S&P 500 buy table, we see Kraft Heinz as a buy, according to our Python algorithm. This algorithm takes some technical analysis into account, such as RSI, MACD, EMA lines, standard deviation, etc., etc. Not only is there a buy table, but there's also sell table and hold tables. But let's get back to this ticker at hand, KHC. This was on the radar of the buy table, so that got me interested at first. We could do further analysis by clicking on the Search Assets tab here, and this will send us to the MIA terminal. This terminal uses the algorithm that the S&P screener uses, but instead you could actually search by crypto, by stock, by Forex, whatever asset you like, and you will get a nice time series graph. And you get standard deviation positive, negative lines. You will get EMA. You will get buy, sell, and stop loss lines. So, with that being said, we see some decent sell and buy signals here, especially May 21st, 2021. That was a good read. We see good reads in December of 2021, February 2022, good reads there. Also in March, good reads for buys in October 3rd, good reads here for March 24th, 2023, and the sell signal for most recent May 8th, 2023 was pretty accurate. Now we're seeing buy signals very recently as of June 8th, 2023. Now we could scroll down and we could see some volume here, not seeing anything too eye-catchy. The MACD line is set up for decent success here. We see that the MACD line is under the signal line. We could see a push up in the MACD and surpass the signal, and that would be a good case for a buy. We also see some low RSI figures down here. Similar numbers back to September, beginning of October 2022. So with the MACD line set up and the RSI towards the oversold line, those are some pretty good rudimentary metrics to buy. But we could also dig a little deeper and do better than that. So we could go back to the candles chart for KHC. And the initial things I'd like to point out are these volume gaps that we see here, especially at the $40 line. And we see volume gaps at the $37.50 line. And further concepts on volume gaps, we could get that into another video one day. However, for now, I'd like to point out much of the time, these volume gaps are going to be filled back up again, meaning we could expect for the price of the stock to go back up in this case. Obviously, this is not financial advice. This is just the ability for me to share with you what I'm seeing on my end, and I would love to hear your feedback on it. In any case, I would also like to point out that we are experiencing lower highs here. We see 3 key pinpoints here, one there, and one here. So perhaps in one scenario for this stock, we could see that the volume gap is achieved here at the 37.50 line, but also shoot back up to reach the 40 line. This lower highs line acts as a ceiling, and then it drops down. This would be the ideal scenario for a short-term buy and sell trade right here. However, we could also see other scenarios where we see some support line here. This is more at the 33.25 line. We also see some support going on here. This piece occurs here. It occurs here, here, and here with the low wick. Here as well with the low wick. So some other potential scenarios for this that I could see happening. Let's say it bounces, Let's say it bounces off the support level here to finally reach back up, fill out this volume gap. I could see that being a potential scenario. Or the worst case scenario, if you were to buy this, KHC, is for the price to drop back down to this low support level to finally return back up. And God knows where. So these are the main 3 scenarios that I see this stock going. Now, the CNN Greed Fear Index currently showcases greed. Simultaneously, however, for much of 2023, we've been in a recession scare. So the market is quite confusing at the moment. And honestly, it almost is all the time. Berkshire Hathaway owns some good portion of KHC in their own portfolio. However, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, has been making trades in Japan, and this should be a good indicator for us retail investors. Berkshire Hathaway's Warren Buffett is seeing more value in Japan instead of right here at home. So for medium term, this could be a turnoff for us. Instead of adding position to KHC, instead of adding positions into Apple, etc., no, he sees value elsewhere. And perhaps it would be beneficial for us to stay on the sideline until the economy could reset a little bit. I could see that in the medium term. But let's talk about short term. In the short term, I am seeing a bullish engulfment pattern right here, where we see a red wick engulfed by a much larger green wick on June 16th. Simultaneously, I'm seeing much of a tweezer top or bearish harama or harami, excuse me, tweezer top or harami, we can see that the price dropped from 41 all the way down to around 36. That being a good indicator in that specific scenario, seeing this bullish engulfment may benefit us in the short term. My current strategy for KHC, not advice, but just to share with you. I could see myself purchasing shares at the current price, and I would hold until it fills up this volume gap here. Using the $36 line as the most recent support level, I could see this line being an opportunity to add some more shares in case the price drops from current price to the 36 line. Simultaneously, at the end of the day, KHC, well-known brand, owned by Berkshire Hathaway, in their portfolio at 3.4%. It's consumer staples, food and meats. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So long term, either way, I think we're in good hands. But to recap, bullish engulfment, most recent candle reading here. You could see an enter in the trade here. If it ever bounces down to the 36 line, I could see myself adding shares here to, in the future, see KHC fill up this volume gap. And potentially after that, make another lower high to end the day. And perhaps that'll be a 2 to 3 month outlook there. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the content here. Of course, this is for entertainment only. This is for me to share with you what I'm seeing on my end. If I missed anything, please, please, please let me know. I would love to hear it in the comments. If you have any stocks that you would enjoy to see covered by me, if you would love to see what the Intrendias website has to say, use the link in the description or pinned comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for using Intrendias.